Okay, we say third time lucky, so I'm hoping this is going to work this time. So let's start again. I'm just going to have Munmun, we're going to start answering the questions straight away. I was just telling about how most of us in today's day and age, with the kind of lifestyle we have, we end up getting a lot of digestion related issues, a lot of problems regarding what kind of food is easily digested or not. And let me just see if she's joined in. Yes. Yes, Munmun, can you hear me?
I'm so sorry again. Yes,
Can you
I
hear me
can.
now?
Yes.
So let's start with the first
Yeah.
question first. As you know that since you take care of mine and my mother's diet today,
Yeah.
both of us are your happy clients. So we would like everyone to know a little bit about this common problem of acid reflux that I inherited, and most of us probably are going through because the kind of food we eat every day in our fast life, the fast food that we eat. This acid reflux problem. So what do you suggest people who regularly have acid reflux problem?
So see, with acid reflux, one of the most common myths that I first want to address is that people feel कि acid problem का मतलब है कि body में acidity बहुत है, right? This is what is the general perception. But actually, an acidity problem is a problem when the stomach isn't having enough acid. It's actually the opposite.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so in the stomach, we have this HCl, which is the hydrochloric acid. And this stomach acid is basically the acid which is required. It's very, very essential because it will break down all the food that we eat. Basically, it helps in digestion. And जो भी हम खाना खाते हैं तो खाना के साथ बहुत कुछ बैक्टीरिया वगैरह भी चला जाता है whenever we are eating food because of the microbes in the air. So this stomach acid is so hostile that it will kill all those microbes that we happen to ingest along with the food. So when we don't have enough of this acid making up, then because the digestion doesn't happen very well, the stomach the food keeps traveling upwards, and that is why we experience that reflux.
Oh, all right. That's nice to know. So that's how exactly it happens. So what do you generally end up suggesting? Like, okay, one basic correction that you want people who have an acid reflux problem to do.
See, acid reflux, basically, you know that I always take a very holistic and integrative approach to things. So even with auntie, like with your mom, when she was having a lot of acid issues, when I started working with her, then even before sending the first diet plan to her, or even without writing anything for her in terms of diet as such, what I did was essentially first I had sent her deep relaxation techniques, which I wanted her to practice twice in a day, every day.
Yeah.
So that was my first first protocol when to deal with the kind of acidity that she was facing, because in our minds
it's got a lot to do with stress and mind. Your mental health also affects your acidity. Yeah,
absolutely, everything. Basically, the whole approach that we need to understand is that our physical health, our mental health, and our emotional health, all the three healths are inextricably interlinked, interconnected, and interdependent. So it's very it's very foolish on our part if we just keep dismissing the fact that we are an ecosystem, and if we keep using this single step approach that ye khao ye mat khao, because this is what essentially people want to listen from us, that ye acha hai, ye bura hai, gluten is bad, ye ban kar do, so that is essentially a very single step approach. But when we understand that our body is an ecosystem, then we accept that what we need is a very multilateral approach, where we need to kind of work in a way that we can address all these three domains which are in sync, that is the physical health and the emotional health and the mental health. So if there's one thing that I would want people to do who are facing acid reflux issues, is definitely please take care of your stress and anxiety levels, practice certain deep relaxation techniques and deep breathing. Yeah.
I tell this to my mother every day. I was like, half of your problems will be sorted if you stop taking stress in life. So
absolutely.
I guess that is where the person needs to work on first. Taking forward with these myths of not eating this, and that's what is expected out of the dietitians or nutritionists. My next question is from this respect, whenever I meet my cousins or my friends, they are like, अच्छा weight loss करने की मुझे कोई tips दे दे. अच्छा मुझे वेट लॉस करने के लिए कोई मतलब कोई उनको लगता है कि मेरे पास कोई ऐसी या तो जड़ी बूटी है या फिर मेरे पास उनके ऐसा कोई शॉर्टकट हैक है बताने को कि मैंने जो सीक्रेट रखा हुआ है कि ये वेट लॉस करने के लिए ये बता दे, बस ये 1-2 चीजें खाती रहूंगी मैं या नहीं खाऊंगी तो एकदम ठीक हो जाएगा. And I was like, I don't even know where to start answering this question. And again, they come to me and say, अच्छा मैं कीटो कर रही हूँ, ये ठीक है कि नहीं? अच्छा I'm intermittent diet कर रही हूँ. People around me are like doing these diets left, right, center. मतलब be it my co-actors, be it my people in the family, like extended family, my cousins, they're like keto करते हैं, intermittent करते हैं. अब कोई नया fashion में आ रहा है तो अब वो करते हैं. So I really, really wanted to do this session, especially to address this. How good or bad are these kind of diets like keto diet, which is only about fat and protein majorly, or intermittent diet, which is, about keeping your body starving for so many hours. Whereas I remember when I met you and I started working with you, you told me if you have to make your metabolism better, you need to feel hungry and eat after every 2 hours. So this was totally contrasting to that. So please help everyone know about what is this keto and intermittent diet. Is this really, really helpful in losing weight and beneficial to the body?
See, the very fact that, we have been trying to find a certain diet for so many years, it's almost 40 years that people are struggling to find that one diet, and nothing has come to rescue, nothing has helped us. That in fact is testimony to the fact that no diet works, keto आया है, intermittent आया है, कुछ और आ जाएगा, उसके पहले कुछ और था, there was Atkins and there was all of that stuff. So at the end, what we know is that what really works is the very boring, old-fashioned thing of, being consistent and being disciplined and eating well and all of those things. But when we really talk about keto, then firstly, let me talk about intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, the most popular thing जो मैं अभी उसके बारे में बात करती हूँ is the 16-8 hours. Like कि हम 16 घंटा fasting में रहेंगे and हम 8 घंटा खाएंगे. So I have typically two problems with that. Firstly, when in an intermittent fasting, what we're essentially doing is that we are creating a rule around the food. Right? We are creating a rule कि आपको 16 घंटा starve करना है and आपको 8 घंटा खाना है. Now, whenever, a rule is created around food, it damages your relationship with the food. And we have seen this in history. We have seen it that whenever we have told people कि ये cake mat khao because it's high calories, then automatically our mind only thinks about that cake and nothing else.
Yeah, it's human tendency.
Yeah. So firstly, intermittent fasting, like most of my clients who have come to me, they have put on weight being an intermittent faster, because what happens is that, before noon time comes, जब उनको खाना allowed होता है, they get very hungry. And because they have created so much rule around the food, then there is so much lawlessness when the eating window starts that they just, kind of tend to overeat and put on weight. So that is in the long term, I feel, is a very, very huge damage to a very short benefit that we are looking at intermittent fasting right now, which is of weight loss. The second thing is that, in intermittent fasting, the intermittent fasters, they don't do breakfast. And that is something that you know that, I'm totally against it. Because there is something called as a circadian rhythm. It's a circadian clock in our body, which means that our body functions in a clock way. And our body clock is actually aligned with the sun. And there's so much of scientific studies which tells us that, you need to align your lifestyle along with the sun, which essentially means that you start eating as soon as the sun rises. अब हम ठीक है, हम as soon as the sun rises नहीं खाते हैं, but at least you have your breakfast, at least by 8 o'clock you start eating in the morning and you finish as the sun sets. So, like you eat, you start somewhere at 8 a.m. in the morning after your morning stuff, and then you finish it off by 7 p.m. So even that's like an 11-hour of eating window that you have. And subsequently you have a 13 hours of fasting automatically. By default, you have a 13 hours of fast because you're not eating anything from 7 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next day. So what I feel is that this is a very big problem in intermittent fasting, because it totally neglects this alignment that we have, this relationship that we have with our circadian clock, and it totally puts our bodies out of from our circadian. rhythm, which asks us to eat along with the sun and stop eating after the sun sets.
Hmm. And what about the keto one? That is also like every third person I know is desperately wanting to get into it.
Yeah, I know that. So I mean, you know it. You have been, Tapsi has been on carbs all the time. There's not been a moment when she has not looked.
Yeah,
Uh,
all my meals are full of carbs.
yeah, your meals are full of carbs, and basically your carbs keep changing depending on the rolls you do. So if it's a strong roll like a sand ki aankh, then it's a different thing, maybe bajra and stuff. So your carbs keep changing from millets to even wheat to barley to a lot of things, depending on whether your roll is a glamorous one or if it's a strong roll, or depending on the location of the shoot as well. But a constant thing has always been there, that carbs has always been there. Now, the why we need carbs, for that I have to tell you a little about the gut microbiome. It's a little technical, but I'll just explain it in a very simple 1 or 2 lines. So your gut microbiome, it's a vast community of trillions of bacteria which resides in your gut, particularly in your colon, in your large intestine. And it's really keeping all the scientists on their toes for the last 10 years, because it's known to be influencing your mood, your appetite, your food choices, your propensity to diseases, the weight loss, the inflammation, cancer, everything. It really influences your immunity as well, because we have been talking about immunity, in the entire lockdown. But people, don't understand that 70 to 80% of the immune cells are in your gut. So if you really want to, bulk up your immunity or lose weight, you need to keep your microbes happy, and you need to feed them. And जैसे ही मैं ये बात करती हूँ, लोगों को लगता है कि gut microbiome का मतलब it's all about probiotics. So people feel कि अच्छा दही खाने बोलेंगे, या फिर अगर कुछ ज़्यादा ही they are reading on the online portal, then they feel that it's about kombucha and all those stuff. But it's really not that, क्योंकि already trillions bacteria तो gut में है, हम उसमें थोड़ा और डाल देंगे तो it's not going to make any difference. But what we really need to do is we need to give food that they like. And guess what is the food that these microbes eat? What is the food that these microbes feast on? It's carbohydrates. So every time we don't eat carbs, we essentially are starving them. And then they start eating the mucus lining of the gut and cause a lot of inflammation and immunity issues and obesity and all of those things. It's a very dangerous sign as it progresses. So going carb-free or going low on carbs in that respect can be very, very dangerous. It does give result in a very short term if you do it for a short few months or few weeks. But in the long term, it really, really disrupts the harmony of your body.
And also, I had heard that if you don't have enough carbs, that generally happens in keto diet, your brain starts experiencing a phenomena called fogging or something, where your focus or your, So that happens, and that's quite scary, because you'll not be able to concentrate. Your mind will not be able to function to the full of its ability if you're not eating. I guess that is one major concern of mine, where my brain is not going to work, then how is it really going to work?
Yeah, so this is
my
what
body is not going to work properly then.
People are so caught up in that, getting that perfect look, perfect body. But of course the brain fog factor is there, and it happens because of that, the microbes eating away the mucus lining, the inflammation that happens. That inflammation actually affects the brain as well. So of course it really affects you in all directions. As I said, your physical health is always connected to your mental health, to your brain health. So that is always going to be there. So people who do go low on carbs, or who do things like keto, they need to ask these questions to themselves, if they will be able to do this forever, if they will be able to sustain the weight that they are losing like this, if they are able to, if they are going to keep this weight loss, or is this weight going to come back, again.
So overall, you don't believe that the keto or intermittent or any of these kind of diets is actually good for your body in long term effects if you consider
Correct.
those. So it's actually not good, right? Yeah, so I hope that really helps a lot of people know, because I've been personally answering this question wherever I go, because everyone wants to know, just because they feel that this is the new fad diet that has come from the Western world, and it's just giving you immediate results. So I have to I'm getting married soon, so I need to follow keto. Something or the other is coming up, some event is coming up, so I need to just quickly follow keto or intermittent and just lose a lot of weight. But that's just so unhealthy. So I'm glad you said that, and I hope that people listening to us today follow this in the future. And before I end, I have one last question regarding the exercise bit. So we are in lockdown. And of course, not everybody has access to weights and equipments in this lockdown to work out. But all this diet probably will not show the right effect on you if you don't work out,
Right.
at least some kind of workout, right? So what kind of workout or what kind of exercises do you think can be done in this scenario where the gyms are not open, the sports complex are not open, there's not much of physical movement outside your house? So what do you suggest during these kind of times to get the most out of the food that we're eating? Forget about building bodies, at least to get our metabolism running fine. So we are not like really having the acid reflux issue to just putting on weight sitting, because the
Yeah.
movement is just from living room to kitchen to bedroom. That's all that's been happening. So what do you suggest in this kind of a situation, in this lockdown quarantine times? What is the kind of workout we can do just to maintain our body fine till we just can go to
See,
the
there are many
gym and
things
work
that we
it
can
out
do. It
there?
really depends on what the person really knows. A few things that are very simple, because there's so many YouTube videos available nowadays. So a person can do a 1.5 hour of yoga session easily
Hmm.
on a YouTube. I myself am practicing yoga on a online thing every day, so I think that's very
Hmm.
doable. In fact, it's a very good time to even start learning yoga, because you have a lot of free time
Hmm.
available. And yoga does really help you in all ways. It helps you to get that
Hmm.
holistic integrative thing in place, because it works on your mind, on your body, on your emotional health, mental health, everything. And if not, then even a couple of Surya Namaskars, if a person is totally new to Surya Namaskars, he can
Hmm.
probably start learning, and then, from one round, he can gradually progress to 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and, go till 10 to 12 rounds. If a person is not a very yoga person, then of course the person can do something like a
Hmm.
gym. I think skipping is
Hmm.
great. You can again, build up your intensity. So a skipping rope is all what you need. So you can do skipping, you can do, walking and
Hmm.
walking down the stairs, walking up and down the stairs. And of course, a lot of exercises are there on YouTube which involves your body weight. So there's burpees and there's mountain climbers, which you can just, do it in your living room. But what is the most
Hmm.
important thing is that, instead of, trying to
Hmm.
always, because, this thing is always there that people feel ki kuch bahut strong karna hai, like most of my people, they come and say, isse to kya hoga, they feel it's very light, kuch HIIT karna hai. Yeah.
मतलब सोफा
Yeah.
उठा के हम
मतलब
कुछ
कुछ तो
पुशअप
मतलब
करेंगे
बहुत
या कुछ
कुछ
स्क्वाट्स
दुख
करेंगे,
दर्द
या फिर
होना
मतलब
पड़ेगा,
घर के
कुछ तो
फर्नीचर उठा लो
HIIT
अब।
कुछ इस तरह से होना पड़ेगा, कुछ तो अदरवाइज कैसे आएगा, ऐसे तो नहीं आ सकता है. So what I really always tell people is that, if you don't do anything, if you just ignore your wife, for example, and you are just not being nice to her all throughout the year, and then on her birthday you just go and gift her a diamond ring one day, she's not going to fall in love with you all over again, and she's not going to be happy, right? So you have to do that.
You will lose a lot of male clients after this, Munmun. If you say you'll gain a lot of
No,
female clients,
no,
you'll lose a lot
no,
of
but
male
the ones who
clients with
really
this
want to make their
example.
wife happy, I'll win them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
long term.
So what I
Think
want to
long
say is
term.
that, you have to do that boring stuff, that old-fashioned stuff of asking her every day that, how was your day? Or bringing her a glass of water when she's tired, or hearing her out when she wants somebody to listen to her. So all those small, small things when you do every day, And then when her birthday comes, and then when you give her that diamond ring, then of course she's going to be very happy, because everyone is happy with diamonds. But that is how it works. So exactly is my point with exercise, with diet, that you have to do that small thing every day. Even if you just invest 15 minutes on your exercise, doesn't matter what you do. It could be just, anything that makes you happy, or that your interest lies in, because until your interest lies in, you will not be able to do that every day. So if you invest that 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day, then of course you will be very strong enough, and you can think of something like an HIIT one day. But if you're not doing anything and you're simply thinking कि कुछ ऐसा है जिससे मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगा एक ही बार में, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's not, there's no shortcuts. Trust me, people who keep asking, I'm sure मुनमुन के पास भी बहुत लोग आते होंगे पूछने के लिए कि एक शॉर्टकट, या मेरे को भी पूछते हैं कि कुछ ऐसा मुझे ऐसी फीलिंग आती है. एक दिन तो I actually exploded on one of my cousins and I was like, you really think I have a secret I'm not sharing with you? Because I don't understand why do they not believe when I say it's a step-by-step process. There's no diet plan that I have for you. There is no special kind of pudiya that I have for you to have and then suddenly lose all that weight. It's going to be a slow, and start loving your body. Stop exploiting it for like just small pleasures, like, which is going to give you happiness for a few seconds, and then your body wouldn't know how to digest it. So, all this kind of stuff, if people start thinking about their body long term, what is going to stay with them for long term, I guess we'll have healthier bodies, healthier minds. And thank you so much, Munmun. And that's it. Let's hope that people follow whatever you've said here. It's a lot of knowledge for them to digest, I guess, in first go. But I would really, really want you to keep interacting to them. I'll probably help. Guys, you should check out my page. I will keep posting a lot of stuff that Munmun recommends. There'll be a lot of these seasonal things. Like, for example, I'll give you one really interesting thing that Munmun has recently added in my diet. I'm allowed to have mango every day, which my mother used to tell me while growing up, that mango रोज नहीं खाना, बहुत गर्मी पैदा हो जाएगी, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, and your skin will start like showing that you're eating a lot of meetha and mango. Trust me, guys, I'm having mango every day and my skin looks pretty fine. So, and I'm loving it. Mango is like the king of fruits. So this is just one example के जो चीजें हम इतने सालों से सुनते आ रहे हैं कि नहीं ठीक है, या हमने जबरदस्ती एक मिथ बना लिया, जरूरी नहीं है कि वो सही हो. So just you'll probably see a lot of these kind of interesting new facts that Munmun will present, and bust a lot of myths also along with it in future on my page and Munmun's page. So thank you so much, Munmun, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Bye.